So welcome back to SWEGTA's mod reviews, and I will be reviewing the Supermod version 1.0, the official finished version. Although the guy who made it says that he will be continuing it and improving it by just making multiple versions, which is nice. I like seeing the whole idea or premise of a mod that is finished but is still getting improved. Now he has added a few things to it, fixed a little this and that. I'm just gonna review it as if it was a completely different mod, because I don't want to compare it to the original video I made, which I wasn't really too clear about things. I mainly spoke about the menu during half the video, so let's just make sure that this doesn't turn out that way. So we will begin with the fact that it has a functional menu, which is very nice. It is executed pretty good, to be honest. I mean, apart from the area code messing up completely, it's alright. It's alright. It's just this sort of annoys me. I don't know why, but it's more clear now that you can just screenshot it and just write down whatever coordinates you want to keep in mind. But at the same time, this can get annoying. So everything is the way it was. One thing though. Now you can select seasons, which I don't recall correctly that the 0.5 version used this. So you can switch between winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's the basic ones. I would have preferred if they had Halloween as well. That would just make things more interesting. I'm not sure why, but Halloween is executed kind of oddly in this game, so I'm pretty sure that's the reason why he didn't include it. Or the fact that he could have forgotten it, but who gives a shit. So you can select winter, spring. Now it does have to render the whole thing, which I can't really blame the mod for. I mean, it's something that's pretty sensical, or it makes perfect sense because it has to sort of re-render the surroundings of Jimmy Hopkins. Though most of them don't really seem that different. I would have still preferred if he did include Halloween. For some reason I just would. So the menu functions as it would before. One thing though that still annoys me is the fact that not all animations are loaded. I'm not sure why. It's just annoying, and some of them aren't even working fully, which is just flat out annoying. I would have preferred it if they just worked. I mean, wow, really? Alright, maybe I should do the entire review just like this, or maybe not. Alright, there we go. One issue that I encountered while playing around with this before was the fact that animations didn't load exactly as I wanted them to. On occasions I would just apply an animation and there would be no difference, even when I wanted to switch back to the player animation, which shouldn't be an issue, but regardless, it is. I know that it might seem like a little too much to ask for when it comes to animations because they can be really tricky, but I would like it if at least some form of indication of the animation loading appears, or the fact that it loads the animations before it allows you to switch them. It makes perfect sense, people. I mean, if you're going to make a style switcher, which many people have been mentioning but never really done officially. I know there's another mod very similar to this which has fighting style switching. I have yet to review it. Even if I do, I will most likely just complain about the fact that animations aren't loaded, because barely anyone loads animations nowadays. Yeah, nonetheless, I think that we should go over some further details. So, I love the fact that the menu system has been improved greatly. There's not really much to tell. This would basically just be a repeated version of my earlier video, which I don't think seems fair to you guys. I mean, that is pretty much just why I'm going to review another mod directly after I have reviewed this one. Because I feel as if, well, making one video a week now that I'm getting kind of busy with my life, it just doesn't seem fair if it's just repeated, recycled garbage, basically. Not to call this mod garbage. I mean, if you're going to go for the same thing, well, then do it with style at least. So like I said, it has to re-render everything. It can be a little buggy or laggy, but hey, Bully is not the perfect game when it comes to taking care of things loading. I mean, for Christ's sake, you can just look forward and see how buildings are loading in front of you. And yeah, that was an awesome jump, wasn't it? So I will end the video by saying that I like the mod. I will give it a 9 out of 10. The animations could be loaded. There's not really much of a difference here. I mean, there are just basic things that he fixed in the mod. There are still things that needs to be fixed, mainly animations not being loaded. I don't know why I cannot stop talking about that, but that is just the case. So if the author would like to fix that, that would be great. Now, I can't really go too much into this mod because there's basically not much of a difference. I mean, yeah, you can switch seasons, but what's the point? They all look the same. It's basically have snow or have this weather that seems like it's either summer, fall, or whatever. It's not much of a difference here. I know people are gonna complain and just say, well, you gotta pay attention to the details on the map. I know. But who can blame me? There's barely any difference, and again, Halloween would have been so much fun to play around with. Just watching the school kids dress up and then having pumpkins or whatever the fuck around the map would just make things more fun. I'm not sure why, I just miss Halloween. It was executed horribly in the original Bully, which is sad. I mean, what was the point of having it say, at Halloween you can do this mission, or at Halloween you can do this? What's the point? It just gives the player the impression that they can do Halloween over and over again, which they cannot, because it's a mission. It's not an event that occurs every year. Maybe it's just me being fooled by Rockstar or giving up my hopes too high, but at the same time, the mod was a bit disappointing when this update came out. It could have been better, but still, it's deserving of a 9 out of 10, and I think that it could have been way better than it is. So I'm waiting for new updates. I hope that the guy doesn't give up on it completely just because of this review or my previous one. And I hope that you guys enjoyed and will enjoy the next video that I will record in about 2 minutes. So thank you for watching. I'm the Swegman and I'm gonna jump off a bridge and die. Not.